Trump's tariffs cause stock to plummet at Sony and Nintendo, a Minecraft movie becomes viral blockbuster, and Elden Ring director Miyazaki reassures fans about FromSoftware's future. All of that on the TripleJump Gaming News. Hello!
She's back!
I'm back from Japan!
Welcome back.
Thank you.
How are you doing?
I'm good.
Did you have a nice time?
I'm exhausted and a little bit jet lagged, but I had a wonderful time.
Well, it's to be expected. It's the price you pay
Yes.
for a nice time in Japan.
Indeed. I've been ignoring the news. I've been only watching Japanese news TV shows where I don't really know what they say. So that's been fun to not have any idea what was happening.
That sounds like a good way to live. Like, even in the UK, we should probably just watch Japanese news stations, and then we won't really know what's going
They're
on.
a little bit more kooky as well. You don't quite know what's happening.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, I couldn't avoid Trump forever. And
Right.
he has made his mark on this news video.
He has.
Because of him and his tariffs, stocks have been plummeting at Sony and Nintendo and lots of other Japanese game developers. It's not just Japanese, but obviously the big ones, Sony and Nintendo being based in Japan, are the ones we're talking about today.
Indeed, yeah. So almost all major Japanese video games companies have been affected by his tariffs. Sony is down by as much as 13% on the Tokyo Stock Exchange as of sort of this morning, time of recording. And Nintendo is sort of going down a similar route as well. Japan's Nikkei, I think it's pronounced, 225 benchmark is down 6%. It's a bit of a squoozle. I think it's basically, like we have the FTSE 100, which as well as a game you can play to flirt with someone under a dining table, is also a marker of sort of the
stock exchange.
The stock
how it's
exchange,
going.
yeah. And America has another one as well that they tend to use. But
yeah, obviously this comes in the wake of Trump's doing whatever Trump is doing with his, he's calling it even, but I can't remember what the word he's using. He uses it loads and it's gone out of my head.
Right.
And because of this, we've seen things being taken off pre-order. So Nintendo have halted pre-orders in the US because there is an speculation the price may increase to over $600 in the US due to these tariffs. Bear in mind it's about £450, or it was $450, but
the Switch 2
now,
that is.
Switch 2, but now has potentially got a price increase coming. Also, Sony were doing some forward thinking. They pre-planned for Trumping all over the place, and have shielded the PS5 from any price increases temporarily, but we'll see how long that buffer lasts. Things may change going forward. Obviously, games are sort of the least of our worries when it comes to what's going on with the tariffs. But at this point, for us gamers, that's something we need to look out for, and especially to people in the US, things might be hiking in price even more so than we already saw over the last few weeks.
Yeah, especially as you say with the Switch 2 in particular, which, let's face it, is already quite the price tag. So if it does go up to $600, that is mad. And we'll have Trump to thank.
Yes.
And also, as you say, it is the least of the worries because generally speaking, just on a broader scale, the US recession is more likely now, or a US recession, 45% likely to occur now, according to Goldman Sachs, up from about 35%. After these tariffs have been introduced. So
we'll see what happens with this. Again, we'll see if the prices go up and if Nintendo allow pre-orders to happen. But we'll have to see as things progress. Next up now, something I think might be an omen of the apocalypse. A Minecraft movie is doing absolute bits in the box office right now.
It's all over my social media. Loads of people just filming in the cinema of people reacting to Chicken
on
Jockey.
It in the cinema, people shouting and screaming and whooping and talking along with it like The Room.
Apparently a lot of popcorn is being thrown around and some cinemas are actually asking people not to do that, which is a pretty reasonable request.
But it's doing very well. So it's had a record-breaking start at the box office, overtaking the Super Mario Bros. Movie for the biggest box office debut of a video game adaptation. It smashed expectations with an enormous $157 million in North American theatres. Plus, another $144 million for the international box office, giving it a global total of about $301 million on its opening weekend. For context, the Super Mario Bros. Movie had $146 million domestically during its opening weekend. So
compared to the 157.
Yeah, so it's doing absolutely incredible, and I think part of that is because it's being memed on so hard.
It's got to be that, because I mean, I know that this was, in some ways, this was never for us. It was more for your younger cousin who still plays Minecraft and Roblox, and you know, there's a huge target audience of a younger age, but there are a lot of people, grown adults, going to see this because they just think it's funny, and because it is a meme, and you know, people are going in large groups. It's the kind of thing that we've done for what appears to be less bad video games in the past. So
I'm sure that we're all probably going to go see it at one point soon.
Yeah.
I mean, I've just got back from Japan, so everyone was waiting for me. But I was like, I'm going to check in and see if anyone else wants to go and watch the Minecraft movie. Because I feel, as our jobs, it's important that we do.
Yeah, we need to do the coverage, right?
Yeah. But it's expected to continue on this sort of trajectory. This is way better than what was planned or what was expected of it, which was 70 to 90 million over its opening weekend. Obviously, it's like double that at this point.
Yeah.
The movie cost $150 million to make, so Warner Bros. Are currently rolling in it.
They are.
Unfortunately, Warner Bros.
Yeah. Boo, hiss.
Yeah.
But you know, in terms of reception, there's, you know, just because people are paying to go and see this doesn't necessarily mean it's a good film, because some of them are paying to go and dunk on it, and it's currently 49% on Rotten Tomatoes, which, I mean, it could be worse, and I think to begin with it was a bit worse, and it has sort of clawed a few points back. But,
yeah. So it's been thanked by Warner Bros. Bosses Mike DeLuca and Pam Abdi to Deadline, saying, "We are overjoyed that Minecraft movie has been so warmly received by audiences around the world, and extend our congratulations to Jared Hess and his filmmaking team, legendary Vertigo, Mojang, and our phenomenal cast." Yeah, so I don't, part of me is like, it's only doing so well because people are memeing on it. I've not seen one like single video of it. I've seen so many clips from the inside of the cinema, and they're all just full of like grown men. I don't know if the children are actually going to see this movie. But we'll have to see if there's any stats that come out.
Yeah, but hey, here's a stat for you. Only 3 previous movies in history that opened in April of the year they came out had a bigger Friday than a Minecraft movie in the US. Avengers Endgame, Avengers Infinity War, and Furious 7.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy.
It's also now the number 12 highest grossing video game movie of all time.
Yeah.
So that is awful to hear.
So, I mean, I'm happy for some of the people involved. I'm not necessarily happy for Warner Brothers, I don't care. But I'm also cross that it's being interpreted, particularly by Warner Bros. And certain other entities, as like an actual success. And it's like, I think you're missing the point. And it kind of makes me a bit cross that there are better products out there that will have done nowhere near as well as this on their opening weekend. So,
but do they have the chicken jockey in it, Peter?
Well, no, they should have had the chicken jockey in it.
All movies need a chicken jockey going forward.
Yeah, I wonder if there'll be, here's a segue, a chicken jockey in the new FromSoftware game. So Elden Ring director Miyazaki reassures fans about FromSoftware's future because, of course, at the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct that we saw last week, there was a sort of surprise reveal of a new FromSoft game. Ben got a bit excited and thought it was Bloodborne 2.
My Ben also got a bit excited and thought it was Bloodborne 2, and then both went, it can't be.
Yeah, it's not.
It's not. It's called the Duskbloods.
Yeah.
Because it legally has to be distinct. And it's a PvPvE game developed by FromSoftware. But Hidetaka Miyazaki has said that doesn't mean the company is shifting to multiplayer games going forward.
Yeah.
So he did an interview with Nintendo, and he said that he's always found the structure interesting, as it allows for a broad range of game design ideas while also letting FromSoftware leverage its experience in designing challenging enemy encounters. Get your words out, Matthews.
He continued, as we previously mentioned, there's an online multiplayer. This is an online multiplayer title at its core, but it doesn't mean that we as a company have decided to shift to a more multiplayer-focused direction with titles going forward. The Nintendo Switch 2 version of Elden Ring was also announced, and we still intend to actively develop single-player focused games such as this that embrace our more traditional style.
Yeah, so we obviously had Elden Ring come out in 2022, but since then we've had the DLC, Shadow of Erdtree, which wasn't multiplayer but did try some new things. And now we've got Elden Ring Night Rain, which is the co-op survival game, again set in the Elden Ring universe, is coming soon.
Yeah.
And now this, also a Souls-like, which is multiplayer. So I think that people were a little bit worried that, oh no, are we going... is it only going to be multiplayer going forward?
Yeah, we've got 2 multiplayer games.
I want to play on my own.
Yeah.
But no, they've said that they are still continuing their traditional style. So hopefully there'll be Elden Ring 2, which they've said they're not currently working on. But
yeah, but certainly it feels like they've kind of missed the boat for a Bloodborne 2 announcement anytime soon. So I think Ben Potter needs to just calm down a bit now.
Yeah, just Ben Potter. He's the only one.
Just Ben Potter.
Yeah.
Because it's just a big anniversary, hasn't it? And there were moments where it could have been announced when it wasn't, and so it kind of says that at least for a few years, or maybe forever at this point, we will not be hearing anything.
I don't personally think they're going to be putting another game out that's got the word blood in it
No,
the same year.
that's true.
So we'll have to see what FromSoftware do next after the Duskbloods.
Yes. Are you concerned about the state of the video games industry, particularly in Japan? How would you feel if the Switch 2 ended up costing $600 in the US? Let us know how you feel about that and all these other stories as well.
Have you been to the Minecraft movie? What did you think?
Yeah.
Was it as bad as it looks from the outside? You'll have to let us know. Maybe we'll give you our feedback on that on the podcast that goes out this Saturday if we get round to seeing it before then. In the meantime, so make sure to subscribe to the channel because there's news coming out every Monday, Wednesday and Friday. And follow us on social media for all the latest news. And that's about it.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks so much for watching and we'll see you next time.
Bye.